Hey everyone, it's Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast. I have too many things to make videos on, so I'm going to try and see if I can knock out 3 in one sitting here. So here, this is the first one. This is interesting. There are a lot of publishers that are trying some new things in comics. Now, this is a good thing to be experimenting and trying new things. I'm skeptical that this is the answer, or that this is going to result in like a monetary benefit over the current model. However, I'm really interested to see how this works out. So, indie publisher unveils new plan for comics distribution. Distribution has been a massive problem. If you follow comics whatsoever, you know that distribution is difficult. It's hard on publishers, especially indie publishers. There are a lot of things wrong with distribution, and there's not a lot of other options. So a Wave Blue World is a small publisher, and they're trying something a little different. So yeah, this is former Valiant Entertainment. Okay, so fresh from hiring former Valiant Entertainment executive editor Joe Illidge as editor director, indie publisher, a Wave Blue World. I don't know what to make of. I'm sorry. Little bit of feedback. That is a terrible title for your publisher, for what it's worth. A Wave Blue World. I don't get that. Okay, it is aiming to shake things up in the comics industry as a whole with a new publishing initiative. The company hopes that this will evolve the publishing and distribution model. Now, an evolution is exactly what the publishing and distribution model needs. In fact, there's a lot that the publishing industry needs. Now, the fact that they're trying something new, again, this is great. But what exactly are they doing differently? Well, they're going to launch in October 2 new series, and they're these ones listed above, Dead Legends and Mezzo. Actually, the art looks pretty good on both of them. Mezzo looks like it could be interesting. I don't know. But they're launching these 2 new series. They're going to debut this fall. And the way that it's going to work, let's see, you can choose to follow it in a serialized version. That means 1 issue at a time in segments. And you can do that entirely digitally. And that would be released bi-weekly, on a bi-weekly schedule. I don't know the length of those issues or how big the run will go, but you can follow it that way, or you can wait and get the completed print edition collection of the entire series. So that sounds to me like a trade paperback, though it doesn't explicitly say that. I guess technically it could be a whole bunch of single issues that are mailed to you at once. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me if you're not going to, go through distribution to do that. But you can get the entire collection, or if you want to read it in a serialized version, you can do it digitally. The reason why I'm skeptical of this is because graphic novels used to be the way to go. It used to be the route to publishing comics. Now, though, things have shifted quite a bit. It's actually single issues that are driving most of the sales. That's where sales are coming from. So to cut out single issues and go for digital and straight to a trade paperback later down the road after it's all finished, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, except for the fact that you are saving on printing and you're saving on, the whole middleman, that's taking a piece of the pie, I guess. It does not say whether this print edition will be released through Diamond, or if this will be released, it'll just be direct to consumers, or how they're going to do that. But this is interesting. So let's see. Lisa Y. Wu. That I had to think about that for a minute to make sure I said that right. Lisa Y. Wu, who joined the company as VP Sales Marketing after the stint at Aftershock Comics, said in a statement that the new publishing program is part of AWBW's ambition. See, again, it's not a good title for your publishing company if you have to have 4 letters. 3 is okay. 2 is great. 4, nah, and it's enough. It's enough with the acronyms already. Okay, AWBW's ambition to reinvent a modern approach to enjoying comics. I'm not convinced that digital is the way to go, for sure. This is interesting, though. That's the route that they're going to go, that they're planning on going, and they're going to test it out with these first two. Now, Mezzo #1 comes out on October 2nd, and it'll be followed by Dead Legends with #1 on October 9th. So both coming out in October. This will be an interesting test. So I'm curious if you read digital comics, would you give this a try? This model, not necessarily these titles. Would you give this model a try? And 2, if you don't read digital comics and you read single issues, does this cut you out? Does this mean that you're definitely not going to read it? I'm not sure. I actually do enjoy buying trades myself. So if you're buying trades, I'm not sure this would really make that much of a difference, honestly. If you can just buy it after the fact. I do wonder, though, with comic shops, they're not getting those sales from individual titles. Having said that, I don't think you need to put out the entire comics industry out of business just in order to keep comic shops alive. That is silly. People have got to survive. This is interesting. Let's see. His co-publisher and AWBW executive director, Wendy Chin Tanner, described the new program as being created to solve a sales problem by creating a win-win solution for readers and retailers alike. So retailers, it sounds like in that case, retailers are getting those trade paperbacks. I have heard this complaint before that there's not enough profit margins, and so I guess trade paperback going to retailers would make some sense, except that those kinds of sales have gone down in value. But maybe if that's the only way you're getting the book other than digital, it might drive more people there to spend more money, possibly. Again, this is just an experiment. The article continues, 2 of the challenges that prevent fans from reading indie comics are the difficulty in finding all the issues and waiting long periods of time for them to come out. Yeah, I could see that. It is kind of a weird process if you're used to it and you already have a pull list with your local comic shop, it's not a big deal. Getting into it for the first time can be a pain. Being able to just order something online, if there's a way to just get online and put something on your pull list, that would make my life easier for sure. And I haven't seen that for any comic shops that I go to personally. Let's see. That's what AWBW president and co-publisher Tyler Chin Tanner said in a statement. We've addressed both of those problems by having the full series completed in advance and ready to deliver in whatever format the readers prefer. I like that option a lot. Now, if you're having a whole series completed ahead of time, the downside of that means that you need to have some kind of monetary investment ahead of time to make sure that everything is complete. Then you go to publication and you got to hope that you're making your money back, which it's always a risk. So depending on how long those series go, it's going to depend on how much money you're going to make, and it's definitely a risk. This is something I've been thinking about playing with, and that is doing a complete 4-issue miniseries and having it done ahead of time, and then however you want to get that out to people. Crowdfunding works quite well, but being able to get it done first and then get it to people quickly, fast turnaround time, that's always nice, especially when people are ready and willing to spend their dollars. So I am curious. I did look at, here we go. This is a Blue Wave. Yeah, it's not just Blue Wave. Wave Blue World. A Wave Blue World. I hate that title. That's terrible. Here they are. Some of their titles. You may recognize Deadbeats. That was on Kickstarter. An anthology for sure. Trying to see if there are other ones that I recognize. I have to say, so far I don't. Here's one, This Nightmare Kills Fascists. I just remember there was this professor at a college that I worked at that had a Mac computer with a sticker that said, "This machine kills fascists." and I did think that was really funny because it was an Apple product made by child labor and all that. But I digress. Anyway, so this is interesting stuff. I'm curious, and I do want to keep an eye on a Wave Blue World to see how this publishing model goes. I'm very, very skeptical, but I don't know. I'm hopeful. Maybe they'll find something that everyone else is overlooking. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts. Thank you very much. Don't forget to back Downcast if you haven't yet. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And do make sure you're still subscribed if you think you are, and you might not be. So thanks, and I'll see you next time.